everyone, today's video is going to be an update on the guinea pigs. And who is this? So this is another little sow, and she was a bit of an unexpected surprise. Someone actually recently commented on I believe it was on one of my pictures on Instagram. I think it was Scouse Pets, so shout out to you and thank you so much for always liking and commenting on my pictures. And she actually said, are you planning on getting any more guinea pigs? And I stupidly said, I'm not planning on getting any at the moment, but you never know what the future holds, or something like that. And then this happened. So this was actually a bit unplanned and unexpected, in that a lady who stables her horses at the yard that we run actually had 2 female guinea pigs, and one of them passed away. And she was explaining to me about how she thought that this one, who was the daughter of the other one, was feeling lonely and was looking a bit depressed and had stopped, being so active. And I sort of explained that obviously guinea pigs are very social animals and that they can show signs of depression when a companion passes away. I've seen this with a few of my guinea pigs in the past, especially with Gizmo and Jafar. When Gizmo passed away, Jafar was pining for him, and he did have an obvious change in his behaviour. So she really wasn't that keen on getting another guinea pig as a friend, because obviously it tends to be that then you get a younger guinea pig, because this one here is 5 years old. So if she got a younger one and then this one passed away, and then you're sort of in a never-ending cycle. So what I suggested was that she came and lived with my guinea pigs if they got on okay, because her children then would still be able to see their guinea pig and she would still have company. So for her it would be sort of the best of both worlds. So I said that as long as they get on well together and the introduction goes well, then she can come and live with mine. So that's actually what we did. The introduction was the easiest introduction I've ever done. I was going to film it, but honestly nothing really happened. They are showing a few signs of dominance behaviour, which they'll work out over the next couple of days, but nothing serious. There isn't even any chasing or mounting or anything like that. There's just a bit of head raising and that sort of thing, which you'll see evidence of a little bit in this clip. So I did introduce them in neutral territory, and when they sort of settled down and seemed like they were getting on really well, I took everything out of their cage, cleaned it, disinfected it, tried to take away all of the scents, and then put in obviously fresh bedding. I mixed up their hides and stuff a bit as well, so that my existing herd didn't feel like they had a big claim over their territory, so it would be a little bit new for all of them. And that's sort of some of the steps that I take to ensure that I get the easiest outcome of trying to introduce guinea pigs. So this is just after I put them all into their fresh cage. So they are showing some signs of dominance behaviour, but actually not very much at all. It was a very, very easy introduction. It does tend to be, from what I've found, with large groups and just adding in an additional female, it does seem to be a lot easier, especially than in my experience introducing 2 males. So like I said, this girl is 5 years old and her name is currently Speedy, and I think I will keep it as Speedy just so the girls, when they come and visit her, it'll just eliminate any confusion. And we all know how bad I am at naming animals. It takes me absolutely months to decide on a name. So I think I put too much pressure on myself. But anyway, so this is Speedy. She is 5 years old and she is now living with my existing herd, which is made up of Jafar, Lily, Poppy, Holly and Treacle. So she is the 6th guinea pig in our little herd. So it's really lucky that recently I built them a new cage. So if you didn't see the building of this cage, I will link it down below so you can check it out. But I recently put it together. It's a DIY cage and I feel like it is still big enough. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger for 6 guinea pigs realistically, but they are all older guinea pigs now. Jafar is coming up to 7, so he's doing really well. And most of the girls are around the 4 or 5 year old mark, so they're not as active as they were when they were young. They're still very active and they still do a lot of pottering around, but I don't feel like they require quite as much space. I still feel like this is a decent size for 6 guinea pigs. So I'll just show you quickly what their cage consists of. So it is mostly these plastic hides at the moment from Pets at Home, and that's because these are easily flipped over. I didn't want anything that the guinea pigs couldn't get out of easily in case they do fight. So all that's in here is tunnels or plastic hides that they can flip over. I don't want it so one of them can become trapped if they're fighting. I want them to be able to get away from each other easily. They've also got some chews around the place. This is a corn husk one that I actually bought from Wish. They've got this hay cube from the Boredom Breaker Naturals range, and that is just so the idea was if I put that in, then they would be too busy eating to be performing their dominance behaviours, and that they would bond over their love of food. So they've also got a little bit more in the way of pellets than I would normally feed them, and that is just initially while they're still bonding, just so they're not fighting over them and everyone gets enough. They've also got their big hay tunnel filled with some fresh meadow hay, and that they can access from all angles, both outside and inside the hay tunnel, so they all have access to fresh hay. So here are the girls just munching away on their pellets, and they're displaying a couple of dominance behaviours there. They've also got a new carrot chew, but they, as much as they are displaying some dominance behaviours, they're still letting each other eat and drink, and they're not bullying each other. They've just got a little bit of that I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. So Speedy is currently trying to take over as top pig. So she didn't want to just come in and play nice. She is determined that she'll be up somewhere at the top of the pecking order. So the bedding they're on at the moment as well is a hemp bedding, and that is just because I think I'll do a video on substrates quite soon, but it's something that I found that's good for odour control. It's cheap, it's pretty dust free, safe for the piggies, but anyway, that's another video. They've also got a couple more chews around the sides, and they do have their 4 water bottles. So for the moment they are still in the one corner. I'm going to see how they go with letting each other eat and drink. They seem to be doing really well at the moment, but if I do find that one of them's not being allowed to drink, then I will spread them out throughout the cage. But they do have 4 bottles there, so there's quite a lot of room for them all to go up and have a drink. So this is an overview of the size of the cage, and they seem to be overall getting on really, really well. It was the easiest introduction, like I say, I've ever done. They seem to just go, I think they're just so used to being introduced to other guinea pigs now. These guys started off, they've been in a load of different combinations, and I think they just sort of look at me and go, oh, okay, another guinea pig. So I think that's pretty much it. So here are all the guinea pigs exploring their new setup, and welcome to the family, Speedy. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!